just so you know, Scotty does know.
I didn't know what this was about. But anyway, thanks for joining us on the Y'all Be Good podcast. Today, we're going to talk to my old friend, Scotty Grimsley. Scott Fitzgerald Grimsley. I don't think that's
a name.
That's not his real middle name.
Okay.
But yeah, Scott, he is a young man from, well, he's a year younger than me. We're young men. He lives in the Dallas area, and this was our very first online virtual interview.
Yes, it was.
Which I thought it went really well.
Me too.
Yeah, because we were able to use like visual aids instead of just talking about it.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we should put more visual aids in the videos.
I know, but that's so much more work.
Well, you got to help her. I
True.
could just do it on the Instagram.
Oh, very true.
Facebook, just add some pictures. Look at that, guys. We are collaborating.
Wow. Yeah, that does make sense. Yep. Okay. But again, if you don't watch Y'all Be Good on the YouTubes, this one would be a good one to go watch because it's very visual. Scott went through a pretty major health crisis early on in his life and early in his marriage. And we kind of jump into that. And we talk about how that has left some heavy scars and other things. And it's really, really enlightening and encouraging.
I was going to say, the best part is hearing like he still does everything he did before.
Yep. Yeah. He's a drummer and we see how that plays into it and just overall good dude. So check out Scott Grimsley.
Let's go.
Wait, what is that? Is that like a white people thing?
No.
That old song that Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me.
It's from it's
Yeah,
from
like,
Euro
come on.
Trip.
Yes.
No, I don't know it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's because your parents wouldn't let you watch anything fun. They were too invested in your future.
It's actually very true. I think we're recording. I think we're making it happen.
I see it in the corner.
Oh, you see it too?
It says recording.
Yeah, 35.
We're 37 seconds in.
37 over here. I'm just going to
good stuff already.
Do one of those just in case I need to match up audio later. But actually, I think our audio is going to be pretty set because I'm running everything through StreamYard. Dude, Scott, how are you, man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Pretty good.
This is Heather. Heather, Scotty.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm going into this blind.
She is. No, she doesn't know too much of your story. I have mentioned it just because it's so inspirational to my own life and how we've met. But let's go back a little bit. You and we met in Dallas back in our musician days. Well, my musician days. You're still rocking it. Oh, dude, Scott, you want to hear something really sad, man?
Yes, tell me.
The other day, so I don't. Well, you asked if I was still in Plano. No, I'm not in Plano.
Yeah. Dude, that's so weird. I thought I would have known that. I'm like, what? You're in Wisconsin.
Good. It's all good. Yeah, Wisconsin. Yeah. We are about I'd say about 45 minutes north of Chicago. No, about an hour north of Chicago.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Right between Chicago and Milwaukee.
We're like smack dab in the middle.
That's where.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
The cheeseheads.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, dude.
And so this is where my parents are, and so after Dallas, we moved back this way, and so I own a kids hair salon. It's called Little Lion Cuts.
Yes.
And so that's probably a little bit more of what you see online, at least in my own life. And Heather has been a big part of what Little Lion Cuts is, and then we started the podcast. Anyway, through the Little Lion Cuts shop, we had a lady who was asking about, oh, you play music and all this stuff. What do you do? And my response, because I don't really play too much anymore. I've even lost my calluses, all that stuff. I don't play too much anymore. I responded in a way that really made me sad. I said, Oh, I played past tense. I played guitar, and I have never said that before. And it really, something inside me died that day.
Yeah.
It really hurt a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I thought
Kinda
you'd,
stung.
I thought you'd appreciate it a little bit.
Yeah. No, man, I mean, I remember playing with you at like Prestonwood.
Yeah. I brought you in to do some Espanol stuff.
Yes.
And then in the youth stuff too. I think that's where we all kind of met.
Yep. Yeah.
Scott, how old are you now?
I am 37.
Oh, okay.
I had to think about
all
that
right.
for a second. I'm like, 37. When you get past like mid 30s, you have to think about your age.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anymore.
I thought you were much younger than me, but I'm 38, so I just turned 38.
He just has a better skin regimen than you do.
That's what it is.
No, dude. You're an old soul. You carry,
all in my face. That's what it is.
No, not in your face, in your soul. You carry a wise man.
But yeah, so we met, Heather, Scott during this time where he is a musician. He's a drummer. And so I brought him in because you were friends with some of the other teammates there, like Tanner and these guys. And we brought him in because he was a drummer. And so music has been a huge part of your life, pretty much entire life, right?
Yeah,
huge. Married. Mm-hmm. Remind me your wife's name.
Holly,
lovely Holly. Mm-hmm. Is she a nurse? Is she still a nurse?
She is. Yeah. She's a NICU nurse here in McKinney.
I remember that being a big part of it. So how long were you guys married before you got sick?
Good question. It was about 6 months.
I remember it being really early on. Mm-hmm. So let's paint this picture. All right. Because the reason I wanted to talk to you was like, dude, you have such an inspirational story. You have kind of like overcome so much. So if we jump back towards the beginning, you're 6 months into being married. And talk me through this. What happened the day that you started feeling sick just tell me that story.
Yeah. So basically Holly and I like to say when people get married, they say for better or for worse. And we jumped to for worse immediately. So just dove right in there. But yeah, so about 6 months married and we had just moved into our house in McKinney. And I had previously, about a week after moving in, I lost my job because they were downsizing. So I was at home kind of just, organizing things. And Holly at the time was working at Parkland Hospital in Dallas.
Yeah, that's a big hospital, right? That's like the level 1 trauma.
Yes.
That's where they took the old one, the original one.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where they took JFK when he was freshly assassinated, all that good stuff. Okay, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, man. No, it's huge. And they just revamped it. And the NICU now is like 3 football fields long.
No way.
It's huge.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So needless to say, she had worked there. That's where she started her career. And this was in December of 2013. And there had been a lot of times in the Dallas Metroplex area, sometimes there's snow or ice storms. You probably remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
Heather, I don't know. Have you been to Dallas?
No.
Never. No, Texas.
Come on over sometime.
I want to go to Austin.
Listen, the plan is
beautiful. Yeah.
The plan is hopefully if we can kind of continue this whole podcast thing. I know so many people in Texas. I feel like we need to do a little bit of a podcast tour and go meet some cool people down there.
Yeah.
But sorry, Texas actually, whenever there's one of these ice storms, life shuts down because there isn't the infrastructure like up here. That's
we're closed on Sundays.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. We're not open.
We're not open. Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay.
They're like, yes, you are.
Yeah. They're like,
You're
I see you
right
there. She gave us one.
We're doing a virtual haircut.
Oh no, but they don't necessarily have the infrastructure down there like we do up here. I mean, it snows and they hit the ground running. But yeah. All right.
Yeah. But no, man. Yeah. So it was a big Dallas ice storm. Like you said, everything shuts down. The roads get just super icy and nobody really wants to go anywhere. So Holly had a three-day shift, 12 hours back to back to back. And so her sister at the time lived in an apartment near Parkland. So she was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive down there and stay in my sister's apartment during these 3 days so I don't have to commute from Parkland to McKinney, because that's a very long commute, especially in that weather.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so before she left, I actually started not feeling good like the day before she left. And, we thought it was just common cold, the flu. I had never in my life had a reason to think I was secretly like deathly ill. Like there was no reason to think that. And so, she was like, hey, just take care of yourself. I made you some food here and, call me if you need anything. And so she left, and every day of those 3 days, I steadily started feeling worse and worse and worse. And it got to a point where Holly and we talked multiple times a day, and she would call me. Day one, I was relatively fine. Day two, I started having this massive headache, and I had realized that I'm a huge coffee addict. I don't know if you guys are coffee people.
She is. I'm dabbling.
Come on, dude. Dabble. Keep on dabbling. It's delicious. But so I realized, though, I hadn't had any coffee or caffeine for like 2 days because I was just so under the weather. I didn't realize what I had or not had. And so she was like, hey, maybe it's just caffeine withdrawal. You need to get some coffee. And I was like, maybe that's it, And so I had some coffee. And then the third day, she calls and I didn't answer. And come to find out, I had passed out on the couch and didn't hear my phone at all. And so she called again. She tried to call like 2 or 3 times. And then when I woke up out of this like daze, I called her back, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I just fell asleep. My vision is kind of blurry, but again, I did not at all think anything was really super wrong. But Holly started to realize something was not okay. So she came home the next day, and the minute she sees me, she's like, no, you are not okay. You look terrible. You're kind of slurring words a little bit. Something is like majorly wrong. And so she ends up loading me into her car, and I get in there. By this time, again, I had blurry vision, kind of slurred speech a little bit. And I went out to the car, and I did not know, this is how far gone mentally I was. I didn't realize, I didn't know how to like open a car door anymore.
Oh man.
I in my brain could not put those two things together. I was just not mentally there. So she opens the door, I get in, she starts driving. Again, it's super icy and snowy. And on the way to the hospital, she decides to start kind of quizzing me on facts that I should know. Like, hey, what's your mom and dad's name? What's your siblings' names? And I knew my mom and dad's name, but I got to my siblings and I said like one of them, and then I forgot all the rest. And then I actually passed out in the car on the way to the hospital.
Oh, man.
And so we got there to the emergency room, and they took me in. And at this point, Holly noticed my hands have started to turn blue. And so she was, being a nurse, very concerned.
Yeah.
And we go in, and, at first the ER people are they're not as concerned as we are because they see things all the time. And they're like, well, it's really cold outside, so maybe. And she's like, well, he hasn't been outside at all.
Yeah.
Like to get in the car, that's about it. And so basically they take me in, run a bunch of tests, find out that I have sepsis, which is a bacterial infection of your entire body. Basically, bacteria gets in your bloodstream and just goes crazy.
Man.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they had found out that I had sepsis.
And I think, well, obviously, your wife being a nurse, she was probably like, she's quizzing you on all those things, and she's kind of bringing you, because I'm sure she knew that there was definitely something else going on.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a picture of you in the hospital here. I'm going to throw that up there. Let me see what we got here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. Look at little Scotty.
Look at your fingers.
Yeah.
So how long before, because I know this is pretty common with sepsis, how long before you started really kind of losing that, right? Because it's just the fingertips, they're becoming necrotic, right? They're just dying.
Right. Yeah. So basically, it's a side effect of sepsis. And a lot of people, I tell everybody this, I feel incredibly blessed and thankful that it only affected my hands, because a lot of sepsis survivors are, they're missing all 4 limbs. Because their legs take a toll first, because that's the farthest part away from your body is your feet and your legs. And then the hands go too. But I'm thankful it was just my hands. Very thankful for that.
Yeah.
But no, so basically what happened is going to the
when she was quizzing you, did she think it was something like neurological?
Yeah, she didn't know exactly what it was. She knew it was something neurological, because I was not, okay. But come to find out, what they found out about it was when I was at home, I had started to have several mini strokes. Yeah, because chunks of the bacteria were breaking off and going into my brain and causing me to have mini strokes. Yeah. So that's why I started having blurry vision, slurred speech, not having neurological issues, was because of that.
Jeez,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
How old were you?
25.
Okay.
Yeah.
25.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And 6 months into marriage, bro.
6 months in, dude. Dove right into that for worse, for sure.
How long has it been now since you were sick? Since all of that went
so that was 2013. So I mean, it's been like 12 years now.
Yeah, a little more than a decade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna this next picture for our viewers, those who watch, might be a little strong, so just take it. It's your hand.
Viewer discretion advised.
Discretion is advised. Mm-hmm. So that's the fingertips really starting to die off, basically.
Correct.
Oh my God.
And so your left hand lost most fingers?
Left. I lost the 4. I have my thumb, which is great for drumming. And then my right, they ended up having to take the whole hand. They tried to save the hand at first by just debriding and seeing what good tissue was left. But there wasn't anything good to work with. And the doctor knew I wanted to keep drumming. Yeah. And so he was like, you know what? To fit a prosthetic for drumming, it would be a lot better if you just had a clean cut. Mm-hmm. And I have a pretty long nub there. Yeah. So
you can still karate chop and block.
Dude.
Sure.
Call that a nub punch.
Bro, I remember, and I remember because this was kind of in the time that we were in each other's lives. Yeah. I remember you came to drum once, and it was post all of this. You were trying to still kind of get used to the prosthetics, but you always accomplished, like super accomplished drummer before, and you're still drumming now. We'll kind of get into that. Mm-hmm. But I remember we have a buddy named Tanner, and Tanner is a guitar player, and you were always in such good spirits about this. Like you, at least on the outside, I know it took a toll. I'm sure it took a toll on you and Holly. But I do remember one time you cracked a joke, and we just couldn't help but appreciate it. Tanner was opening a can or something. It was around like Thanksgiving or something. And he almost severed his finger. Like it was a real deep cut on his finger. And you were like, And then you bring up both arms and you're like, oh yeah, was it that bad? And I remember that I was like,
Yes.
okay, all right. That's
Yes.
the kind of person we're dealing with here.
Exactly, man. And you honestly you have to have a sense of humor about it.
Sure.
Just over the years, yes, we had hard times and kind of learning to adapt and live with this. It was hard at first, but again, I'm just so thankful for what I do have. And yeah, just finding the humor in everything, it makes everything so much better.
Yeah. I bet that makes total sense.
Yeah. And I still crack jokes like that with everybody. So
dude, I kind of want to ask now, just because, so that's kind of what this podcast has been about. We're curious. Heather called it nosy. We're nosy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if we feel like if there's certain subjects or things that we can talk about here on this platform and people can feel at least safe or encouraged by it, or feel like it's an open conversation,
right.
That's kind of the hope behind what we're doing.
Love it.
6 months into marriage, you're jumping into this head on. What's that look like, and how did that feel during that time, those early years? You're a decade past now.
Wait.
Yeah.
Backtrack.
Okay, let's backtrack.
You're in the hospital. How long did it take for them to realize it was sepsis? And then,
good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. Because honestly, it took, I would say about 2 days for them to narrow down what I actually was dealing with.
You're like, I was at a house.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Yes. Or have you seen The Pit, that new show on
Ralph's
HBO Max?
obsessed with that.
Dude, absolutely.
It just won an Emmy award. So
yeah, for sure.
It's good stuff.
I kind of have a man crush on Noah Wiley.
Dude, who doesn't?
Wiley. Dude,
who doesn't, man?
He's a good dude, man.
He's the man, dude. But anyway, to narrow it down, at first when I went into the hospital, they put me on just any type of antibiotic that they could think of. I had just wires coming out of everywhere, them trying to pump me full of antibiotics to kill whatever this was. But what happened is they ended up doing a heart cath, which they take a microscope and put it down into your chambers of your heart to see what the function of your heart looks like, to see if anything looks abnormal.
It's like through an artery, right?
Like
a PICC line that goes straight into through your artery.
And they can go different ways through the thigh.
Oh yeah.
They can go through the wrist, all kinds of stuff. But ended up doing a heart cath. Come to find out, I had endocarditis, which is an infection of the heart. So come to find out, I didn't know this until this all happened. I was born with 2 different heart defects that I was unaware of. I had a coarctation, which means part of your aorta, which is a big thing in your heart, part of mine was pinched and deformed to like the size of a pencil eraser. And it's supposed to be fat and open, not pinched at all. And then I was also born with 2 bicuspid valves instead of a bi and a tri, which both of those things can cause problems. So it made me more susceptible to getting this kind of infection somewhere down the road.
Do you know where you got the infection from?
No.
And
the doctors too in the hospital, they asked me a lot of questions. And they asked Holly a bunch of questions, like, has he been around anything that could have caused this? They even asked me if I was a needle user too.
Oh, of course, you're.
Oh yeah.
They gotta.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They gotta get all the options.
This guy with his tattoos, probably.
You know what's funny? The episode we just did was with a tattoo shop owner. And I did bring that up. I was like, as a young conservative Christian boy, we didn't necessarily appreciate tattoos, and so we talked a little bit about the stigma of that now. But yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, so jumping into what that felt like, how was the? Oh, that's okay. It's not messing with our our image. How was what's it called? The dynamic
Recovery
early. Yeah. And okay, let's talk about recovery. Let's do that.
Sure. Yeah. The recovery was tough. I ended up I got airlifted to a heart hospital in Plano, and they immediately did open heart surgery to get all the bacteria out and stuff.
Sure.
And the bacteria had almost eaten through the wall of my heart, which would have instantly killed me. But I'm very thankful that didn't happen. And I ended up being in the ICU there for about a month. And then they transferred me to an inpatient rehab facility. And that's where I had to learn to walk again, talk again, feed myself, all that kind of stuff. And that was rough. That I was much more cognitively aware at that point, because there was a long period of time in the hospital that I was in a medically induced coma. So I didn't know what was happening. I will say, when I woke up from that, that's when it started kicking in the repercussions of what had all happened. And I looked down and my hands were turning black. And so that's when I realized that. And yeah, it was pretty traumatic. Yeah,
I bet, man. Mm-hmm. They during this time, do you remember like the actual stroke times and like between Holly getting home and you getting to the hospital? Like, is that something that you remember?
I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember it being really like foggy.
Oh, okay.
I was very lethargic, very tired.
Yeah.
And so I was just like laying on the couch, like just pieced out. I was just like, falling asleep constantly. And yeah, when I would wake up again, I would like have like blurry vision, and I'm like, man, this is weird. Like, I don't know, so sometimes I would be okay. And then I would slip back into neurological problems.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, recovering. Wait, why did you have to relearn to walk?
Because of the strokes and also neurologically walking, like that connection, because I hadn't walked in so long and those pathways had gotten so jacked up that I had to train my brain to walk again. And
jeez, man.
Yeah. And also, all my muscles had atrophied, being in bed for a month long. They would try and get me up to walk. I was extremely weak. But by the time I was in rehab and stuff, I had ended up dropping, I think it was, you saw in that picture how skinny I was.
Yeah.
That I think I had dropped like 50, 55 pounds, because all my muscles had just gone away.
Yeah.
I had become that's me in rehab right there too.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went through rehab with all that necrotic skin and fingers.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
When did they make the decision to take it? Were they just hoping it would come back to life?
Yeah. Basically, with this type of thing, they don't want to like do something too soon. They wanted to see where the demarcation line would be, where my dead tissue would end and my good tissue would start. And so they needed to give it a good amount of time. So it wasn't until, I want to say, February or March of the next year, 2014, that's when the hand surgeon did the amputations.
You went an entire almost year?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not year, but like almost like 6 months.
With the necrotic tissue and stuff?
Correct.
All right,
and it sucked.
Dude, so yeah.
Like, does it feel numb from the necrotic part? Like you're just pressing against something that's not like recognizable?
It's really weird. Basically, it just turns into black dead skin wrapped around bone.
Yeah,
and the parts that feels like rocks. It's just incredibly hard and cold and dead, and honestly very painful, because all of your nerve endings are dying. And so, and your bone is so close to like the outside,
Yes.
those nerves are like, yeah, I remember one time I was walking outside when I had my black hand still, and it was super cold, and the wind, like it felt like knives were like cutting my fingers.
Oh,
I was like in tears. It hurt so bad. Yeah.
Did they smell?
They didn't. It didn't really smell. I really was intentional. They told us, of course, like, don't pick at it, don't do it, because you can cause a major infection if you do that. But no, for the most part, it wasn't smelly. It was just
Awful.
very painful. And honestly, by the time the doctor was ready to do it, I was like, just take them, please. Just cut them off. Like, please. Like, I remember going to a Starbucks with Holly one time, and it was getting close to the time I was going to have the surgeries. And I was just telling her, and I was like crying. I was like, I'm ready for them to be cut off. Like, I don't want them anymore. It's like way too painful.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
All seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
Wiping.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did life work?
Great question. So, I mean, so again, I'm thankful for my thumb. This is my white buddy. But
do you talk to him before you do it? Like, good job,
great
buddy.
job, bro. After I do it after. Yeah. No.
Okay.
No. But no. I mean, even simple things like that. It definitely took adjustment. But it's amazing, like, what your mind and body can do when it has to do something.
Sure.
When it has to adapt. I mean, I used to be right-handed. And now I have no right hand, and I'm only left-handed. And so my brain had to rewire that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, our bodies and brains are able to adapt, but it's like, holy cow.
No, it's definitely not easy. It's very frustrating especially in the beginning, even like putting on a seatbelt. It was so frustrating because I couldn't like get the belt.
You can't.
I would just I remember there was a time in Holly's car I like broke down because I couldn't reach the seatbelt, and I'm like, is this my life now? Like this is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you ever have any like phantom limb?
You know what? A lot of people ask that, but I'm thankful. No, I did not, because by the time. A lot of times phantom limb, it happens to people when it's an abrupt cutoff.
Oh, sure.
And like, so your brain doesn't have time to register.
I was going to say,
it's not, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Your body, your brain, your eyes, everything was able to look at it and see like, holy shit.
Correct.
It's gone now.
Exactly. Yeah. So that I'm thankful. No, I didn't have any of that. But yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what was that toll for the relationship? How did that feel?
That's a good question. I mean, first of all, I'm just thankful for Holly. I'm thankful that I married such an incredible
Other than
woman.
your wife being a saint.
I mean, yeah, that period. That's what she is. I mean, because she could have easily just been like, you know what? I didn't sign up for this. I'm out of here. Yeah. But she didn't. And we navigated through the whole thing together. And yeah, I mean, there were definitely ups and downs. And I have my whole side of the journey, but Holly has her whole side of the journey.
Exactly.
It's two different perspectives. And I always love, like, whenever I can to like tell people about Holly's perspective, because I can only imagine. I always tell her, I think she had it harder than I did, because I was like knocked out almost the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I don't know what's going on, Yeah. But she had to witness me laying in a hospital bed an inch from death, and just the doctors telling her horrible things like,
oh God,
oh yeah, your husband has a brain bleed too, so we might have to remove part of his skull.
What?
Like just things you don't want to hear as a newlywed.
Of course.
So I mean, very thankful for her. And
is she there?
She is. She's in our bedroom. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the dog.
You
Hang
put
out
it
with our puppy.
No, you put it perfectly. Like those are different perspectives for sure. I mean, I can't imagine. I always tell Steph, my wife's a nurse. I think I remember that being the correlation.
Yes, sir.
And dude, it takes a special kind of person to be a nurse. Because you got to be caring. You got to, and I told her the other day, I don't know, we were just kind of fooling around, and she was like, okay, because she used to work in home health as well. And she was like, okay, can you dress me? Like, she wanted me to kind of like fix her pants or something. And it was real hard. It was real hard.
Dude.
It's really hard. And then I remember her saying like, or maybe I brought it up or something. And I know that she would 1,000% take care of me. Like, I know that she's a good person.
Yep.
But I can't say that about myself. Like, I told her, I was like, babe, I know that you would love me through it. I don't know if I could do it. Like, I know that I'm a selfish person. And that speaks so much about how she is and how she cared for you during that time, man.
Yeah.
Well, and
absolutely.
Must have been hard too, just to, you're a self-reliant person, and now you have to give up so much because you physically can't do it.
Yeah.
And you have to accept the help from everyone. And I'm sure she works in the NICU, but like when you are working in hospitals, and especially if you're working with the elderly, they still want to do things on their own, and they're mad at you because they don't want your help.
Right.
Well, you do want my help.
Yeah. Exactly.
Man.
Yeah. Or they get upset because you're not doing it the way they want it done.
Yeah.
Of course.
But you, like, that person has to do it because that person can't do it on their own. I mean, I remember like moments like that with Holly and I going through the recovery where like I would like want to do things a certain way, but I couldn't do it because I wasn't well enough yet.
Sure.
So she would do it and I'd be like, no, like not like that. Like, I don't, so we'd have these, dumb little things of frustration because of that. Yeah.
That's why I don't help Ralph with takedown on this stuff.
That's true. That's true. Whenever we do the podcast, they kind of know. And for a little while, they would say, "Oh, how can I help you?" Well, dude, I have a whole system. Like, I don't need you to be in my way.
You're like, stop rushing me.
Yeah. But I could see that being my problem too. It's just like even now, if I get home and something is out of place, I'm like, I wouldn't have done it that way. Let me fix it. Let me do this. Yeah. Man. All right. Talk about life now. We're 13 years past now.
Yeah, man. Thankful for that. Time flies. Time is weird. Time flies. I mean, it feels longer than that, but also shorter than that. Sure. I don't know. It's very odd. But yeah, I'm super thankful for where we are now and where I am now. And I mean, there was a point, in rehab, I did not know if I was going to be able to drum again or not.
Yeah.
And I was really bummed about that.
Yeah.
Because that, as you said earlier, that's been a huge part of my life. I went to Christ for the Nations Institute for worship drumming, and I grew up in the church drumming, since kids' church. A lot. I played along with Carmen videos in the kids' church. I go way back, man.
Riot in the streets.
That's right, dude. That's right. So, yeah, it had been a huge part of my life. And coming to this point of like, I don't know if I can do that anymore. And I remember I knew that God was faithful to allow me to do that again. And he brought us to a place where the right surgeon was working with us to make sure I was able to have a drumming arm. And he connected us with a prosthetic company in the Metroplex that allowed me to get drumming prosthetics made.
Wow. Yeah.
So I could keep drumming. So, I started drumming again. That's one of my first times drumming, and you can kind of tell, I think I have a prosthetic on there, but it was funny. The first time I started drumming again, I actually just used Coban and Holly co-band my drumsticks onto my arms.
Wait, is that like that surgical? Not surgical, but
stretchy,
like medical stretchy stuff. Okay.
Yes, yeah, dude. Yeah, she got like a roll of that from the store, and we were like, you know what? I think we can just like co-band your sticks on, and you can play.
Sure.
And so that's what we did before I got my prosthetics made.
Yeah.
But I started playing again. I mean, I think it was because I got the amputations around, I think, March.
Yeah.
And I started playing maybe in like May again. Wow. After my amputations had healed, I jumped right back on the drum set. And I'm very thankful, again, that I have what I have to keep drumming. My legs and feet were not affected. But yeah, so all that to say, I'm still drumming. And that's still a big part of my life. And the other big part too is whenever I recovered from this, the heart hospital that saved my life, I ended up getting to go back and work for the heart hospital in Plano.
Oh, really? What did you do there?
I'm still working there.
Oh, cool.
I'm coming up. It's in October. It'll be 10 years that I've been there.
All right.
And I do guest relations.
Really?
So, I mean, I'm welcoming people into the hospital, and maybe they've never been into a hospital or ever had a surgery. And so I felt really led to just being a part of this culture that makes people feel comfortable when they come in, because they may be really nervous and, not know what to expect. And I can speak from my place. Growing up, I was mortified of hospitals. Sure. Like I hated hospitals. As a kid, like the smell and everything, I was like,
oh, I love that smell.
Yeah. Oh, you love it?
The sterile.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, oh gosh.
Dentist office and hospitals.
Oh yeah, there you go. Make a candle of that.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah. So going through everything I did, I get my fear obviously like went out the window. I was just like, I've been through everything. I don't really care anymore. And I wanted to just encourage people that may be in the same place that I was in when I had my stuff happen.
And you're able to kind of talk to people and tell them your story.
Yeah. And they encourage that. Like our hospital is very guest focused and very intentional about making sure it's not about numbers. It's about making people feel welcome and that they're a person, Yeah.
I love that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They got the right guy doing it for sure.
Yeah. I try, man. I try.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know faith is a huge part of our lives. I know that even thinking through the sovereignty of God or the all-knowing power, how did you reconcile that during this time?
That's a good question. And I think it's definitely different for everybody. Mm-hmm. For me, I could have either let it take me down, or I could take this and use it for something good and let the Lord continue guiding me into what he has for me. Because I know that we live in a world where bad things happen. We've seen it, a lot lately, and we've seen it, all throughout the years. The bad things happen. And of course I had my moments of why me? Mm-hmm. Like, why did this happen? Like, what did I do? Like, but then the bigger part of me was like, knew that life, it wasn't fair. Like bad things happen to good people. And you can either take what's happened and use it for good, or you can let it take you down.
Sure.
And so I just believed in what the Lord was doing in my life, and that he had saved me, and that he was going to use this story for my good and for the good of others. And that's pretty much my mindset the whole time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big, man. It's a easy slope, I think, especially for someone to someone to go through what you went through and think, okay, if even the opposite, right? If God is all good, then why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? That kind of thing. But it's beautiful that you were able to kind of think of it through this way and think of it as more of a positive.
Right.
That's scary, man.
And I always tell people too, I think it's a lot easier if you end up going through some traumatic event like this. I can look back at my history with the Lord already and see what he has done in my life and how faithful he's been. And I can use that when I was in that really dark place.
Okay.
I think that really makes a difference. If you already have a relationship with him, like you can go in knowing like, okay, he's going to use this for good. I
got that. Yeah. There's a sense of hope and encouragement in that.
Yep.
Beautiful, man.
So when you've gotten your prosthetics, have you had to change them up over the years?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I mean, it's funny. So the first pair they made, a very simple setup. Basically, it's a silicone mold. Yeah. And it suctions onto my arm. I put this like jelly stuff on and it suctions on. And then the stick has a hole right here it goes through. And then this one's kind of like a glove that just Velcros on. But that was the first pair they made. And they worked really well. It was super simple, but it worked really well. Over time, they tried to like tweak it. And like, they were like, oh, we can add like a spring. So like it kind of spring, they tried to make it more complicated and it didn't work.
Oh, sure.
And so I have kept that simple design all this time and it works perfectly.
Yeah. You probably had to, you absolutely had to relearn that mechanical process too, right? Because there's a lot of wrist movement.
Yeah, that's great. And again, I'm very thankful this is my primary snare wrist. Okay. This is where a lot of the power and everything comes from. So I'm extremely thankful I still have this. I still have my thumb on this hand. But yeah, I mean, it kind of was like riding a bike a little bit. It was weird at first not having a wrist over here.
Sure.
But at the same time, just getting back into it, it was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I remember drumming at home again for the first time. Like I hadn't drummed at all. And Holly co-band my sticks on and I went to my drum room and she came in there and was filming it. And I started playing and we have video of it. And I was just, even in the video, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can make it work, Yeah.
That's awesome. So good that, I mean, like Ralph's already covered it, but the positivity that you have towards it, where you're going to make it work.
Right.
Cause my brother's a drummer and
right.
Yeah.
Like masters in jazz over here.
Yeah. He's got masters in jazz.
Yeah.
Hey, but I can't touch that. That is.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, he's having a hard time because the music that he does isn't like I'm speaking from what I've seen him say and stuff like that. But like his music, the community is a hard community to get into. And especially since he has a niche and
not in the Bible Belt, tell him to move to Dallas. He'll have a job in like 3 months.
That's so true. Yeah. Dallas is the new Nashville.
Yeah.
So, but I have a friend who like, he's a musician in New Orleans. And I keep telling him, go down there and visit. Just visit him and talk to more people because I feel like he is stuck in a little hole right now. And I was just thinking when you were talking and about your, you've got a primary wrist. He's been trying to learn for both hands.
Right. Yes.
And just like I was thinking, like in my head, like what would my brother do? Because he is a very I love you, Pat. I don't know if you're gonna listen to this, but
we love you, Pat.
Pat, you're a negative Nancy. You're very, and I know that's just, it's sometimes you have to go through the panic of the negative to get into the positive, just get it all out of your system.
Right.
And just listening to you talk. And like, I was thinking in my head, like, what would my brother do? Would he be able to adapt to that?
Right.
and I know a lot of people would not be able to, and they'd find something else.
Sure.
Or they would, sit in misery.
Yeah.
But
right. Yeah.
And then like all these technologies that we have now, like 3D printers and silicone and all this stuff that you can use to your advantage.
Yep.
But at the same time, like you said, simple's better for you. Like you're doing something with just your hand basically, or you're nubbing.
But I like what you said there too, because this is obviously very much your story, but even for someone listening or someone watching, whatever their story, whatever their kind of hurdle was, like, what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the misery route? Are you going to choose the self-pity route? Or are you going to, I feel like you kind of had to, and you did, where it's like the old adage of, you pulled yourself up by the bootstraps and you made it work, and you
chose your hard.
You chose your hard. That's a good way. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Man,
no, Holly and I always, we always talk about it, and it's like, I mean, in the world in general, you can choose to focus on the bad things, but you can also equally focus on the good things. There's a lot of good things. So any circumstance you're in, you have that choice to focus on the bad, or be like, you know what, let me think about this like in a different way, and like adapt to it and be like, you know what, actually, and to be honest, my story, I feel like I'm actually a better drummer now than I was when I had hands.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Wait, why?
Because he's had to practice more.
Exactly. Practicing, but also just adapting and learning new ways to approach the drums. It changed the wiring of my brain, and I feel like I'm a better drummer now.
Well, it's funny because you were basically a beginner with prior knowledge of how to do it. So like you said, you're looking at a different direction. Like my brother he teaches drumming online sometimes. And nice. He started late in life with his drumming. So senior year, he decided he wanted to drum and just did everything he could to keep up with, or to catch up to everybody else. And he's like, I feel like that's my advantage, because some of these people did it when they were like 5 years old for music class, and they learned then, and now they don't have that brain of this is what it's like as a newer drummer. Whereas he has that, you have that, because you especially, you had to relearn how to use your stuff again.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I love that. That's so good. Yeah.
But
does your nubbin have a name?
No, it doesn't. I just call him Nubby.
Nubby. That's his name.
Nubby. I guess that's a name. I guess.
Yeah, that's a name, bro.
Everyone I know who has lost
a limb,
a body, appendage, whatever, they have a name for it. So I was just curious.
Nubby. Yeah, when I if I hit somebody with it or something, I call it a nub smash.
Are you still playing regularly? You're still playing regularly?
Yeah. I'm playing at a church here in the Frisco area, and then I'm playing at a church in Fort Worth as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So I play at least three, if not 4 Sundays a month.
Okay. Yeah. At both?
Well, no, like all together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing some commuting, man.
No. Well, I mean, so that is coming up here. This next weekend, I'm playing Saturday in Frisco, Sunday in Fort Worth.
Cool.
So that is.
Do you still have a drum room?
I do. Yes, it's still here. Absolutely, I won't let go of that. It's staying.
Oh yeah. What kind of dog do you have?
We have a black lab. Her name is June, and she's a small female. And she's just super cute.
Oh, cool. How old?
Yeah. She's about 6.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice. You said puppy
good middle
earlier.
Age.
Well, they're always puppies.
But I thought maybe they got like a new puppy or something.
Yeah. Man. No, I mean, June, though, she's always going to look like a puppy, because she just has this like tiny head and face.
Okay.
That she looks like a puppy.
That's cute.
Like always.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why do I remember... Did you work for Netflix or something?
Yes.
Did you? What was that about?
So that is an interesting story. I mean, again, like I love going through different experiences in life and being exposed to different new things.
Okay.
And Netflix was my first job out of inpatient rehab facility. When I healed up, that I was like, okay, I got to get a job again because I got to start helping provide for us and like, making sure we're good. And so it ended up being a Netflix call center in Frisco.
Really?
Got
nice.
a free Netflix subscription, so that was cool. And this was back too when they were still doing DVDs. Through the mail.
Yeah,
man.
The good time. The
good times. Dude.
I remember. No, I was just gonna say. I remember. I was an early Netflix subscriber, and I would get the DVDs, and I would do that. But I always felt like their catalog wasn't great. It was always a little behind, or maybe movies that we hadn't really heard of.
Yeah, I just didn't want to return them.
The return.
It's not that I didn't want to keep them. I just didn't want to take them to the mailbox.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Dude, we would have so many of those calls, like people getting the they haven't returned the DVD, the fee they have to pay for that. Yeah. And so people would be like, hey, why am I getting, like, I'll mail it back now, And I'm like,
it's too late.
I mean, it's too late. You can keep it.
You own it now.
Yeah, you own it. Yeah. Yeah, man. But that was an interesting job. There was, again, I think every job has its pros and cons. That was a very interesting job.
Gotcha.
So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing now, because that's kind of where I've fallen in love with you on your TikTok presence.
Aha. Yeah, man. About, I want to say almost 2 years now, I've been doing movie reviews on my channel called Sticks and Flicks. I have a YouTube channel and a TikTok. And I've always loved movies and TV shows. And so I just decided to go for it and just kind of start putting my own content out there about, films coming out and stuff like that.
Cool. It's called Sticks and Flicks, both with
Sticks
an
and
X.
Flicks. Exactly.
Both with an X. I should have screenshotted your thing to put it on here.
Yeah. You can do it after.
Do it in post.
Yeah,
well,
post.
You know what? I'm kind of enjoying this whole thing because I don't have to touch this one at all. Like I can just clean up the front and the back end, and we're going live. We talked a little bit. I think you did a movie review for the what
Maverick Top Gun.
No. What was the vampire movie that just came out?
Oh, Nosferatu?
No.
No.
With Michael B. Jordan.
Sinners.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I saw your take on Sinners, and I think that's what kind of sparked me checking out all your stuff. Yeah. What was your take on Sinners? Let's talk about that real quick.
Honestly, it's still, as of right now, it's still my favorite movie of the year.
Okay.
So far. I absolutely loved it. Like everything in it was perfect. The cinematography is amazing.
Sure.
They used they shot it on IMAX cameras, and so the huge like open sky and the field, those shots are massive, and they just look beautiful.
Real. Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, man, and just Michael B. Jordan, like him playing twins was just incredible, and they both have their own personalities, and you can tell who's who. And I just thought the story was really interesting. It's a very original story that hasn't been done before. It's not based off a book. It's not a sequel. It's not a remake. It's a very original story. So I love that.
Well, let me ask
what did you think about it?
Did you watch it?
I didn't finish it, but I did Wikipedia it because, in case I do die without finishing it, I know what happened.
She got the cliff notes.
But it reminded me a lot of, it's something country. Up.
No Country?
No. It's the one, it was on HBO. And it's like,
you're talking about Lovecraft Country.
Yes. It reminded me of that, where one has a kind of open-ended ending.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But that's also because it didn't make a second season of it. Mm-hmm. And then just that mystical, like it's in the background. Yes. The first episode, you don't really know what's going on, but you know something's going on, and they have historical context and you know, really great acting and really great set design.
Yes.
But I love historical. Everything,
I loved. That's the thing about Sinners too, is that I love that it was a mix of a period piece mixed with like supernatural vampire stuff. Yeah, it was just very interesting. Yeah.
I would prefer most of my vampire films to be made in times where they didn't have cell phones.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or internet, because I mean, it's just so much more exciting and suspenseful.
Yes. That's true. Yeah, that's why I actually brought up Nosferatu. I don't know if you guys have watched that one. That's another great vampire. Oh my gosh. Horrifying.
I heard it was great. I watched the behind the scenes of it because I can't watch a movie without having like IMDb open or something.
Oh, sure.
It's
just in case you die in the middle of the movie.
Yeah. But I remember seeing the behind the scenes of Nosferatu, and everything, even like the sets were handcrafted, handmade with like even some period pieces going into those sets. It was really cool to see. The only thing I would say about Sinners is, I don't know, I watched it and I could not get over the way it harkened back to From Dusk Till Dawn. The original, and I think it bugged me that no one was saying that it was almost the same story.
Yes.
Did you not feel that?
I kind of did, but to be honest, I was never a huge like Dusk Till Dawn fan.
Okay,
I like it, but I'm not like
Tarantino.
Oh my gosh,
Gotcha.
Like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, like. But I don't know. Dusk Till Dawn it's fine. This one Sinners connected with me more.
I got you.
But to be fair, aren't all vampire movies the same thing? Vampire hungry, vampire chase, vampire eat.
Yeah.
Let me in your house. Knock, knock, knock.
Let the right one in.
Exactly. I love the little touch though in Sinners where they couldn't go into the dance hall unless somebody invited them in.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Those little details just like made the movie.
Well, but here's the thing. Was the dance hall a public place or was it a private club?
It was a juke joint. So I think it was for specific people.
Okay.
But I think it was open to the public.
Because if it's open to the public, he don't have to ask for permission to come in.
Are we debating vampire lore now?
Yes, we are.
Well, the vampire. I think that's the thing is their vampire belief thing or whatever. Yeah. Like they couldn't just go in. Like they had to be welcomed in, and then they would take over. You know what I mean?
I've watched a lot of Buffy and a lot of Angel.
Okay.
So
I gotcha.
And what is it? Anne Rice's interview with a vampire. Yeah. All of those.
Yeah.
So I feel like
I saw.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to finish it. So I have never watched Twilight.
Twilight, man, that wow! If you go back and watch it now, I mean, it hasn't aged very well.
What Twilight?
Twilight.
Yeah. We do. My wife's a bit of a Twilighter. I'm not going to say that we have been to Forks, Washington, and maybe scoped out some of the places that they were.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
hey, you have to sometimes. If you're a fan, you got to go for sure.
I did bring up your thing because I don't want to be lazy later and redo it.
Yeah.
But we'll point people to Sticks and Flicks over on TikTok and YouTube.
Check it out.
Do you cross post on Instagram too?
I do. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yep. And I got my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I love doing that. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The community that you build with people that are also big movie buffs.
Yeah.
Like it's just fun. So
do you have people that contact you that also, are amputees and play the drums or anything else? Like, do they contact you and like?
I've had a few over the years, not a ton.
Mm-hmm.
There was a really cool story. There's a girl in the McKinney area that she ended up being a quadruple amputee.
Wow.
Because she actually had sepsis from I believe it was a stillbirth. And she ended up getting an infection from that, what happened. And so she ended up and so me and Holly met her and her husband in downtown McKinney. And we just bonded and connected over like going through such a devastating, life event like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I think it would be really cool though to be able to connect you to like kiddos at least who, now obviously when you're really young, you're not limited by anything.
Right.
You're like the world is your oyster, but like showing them all the cool things that you still do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And I feel like thankful too, like working at the heart hospital. There's been several times I've been able to encourage a patient in the hospital who ended up having some amputations because of sepsis or something like that. The nurses, a lot of them, they know who I am and they know my story. And so they'll call down to the first floor and be like, hey, can you come up when you have time and visit this patient just to like tell them your story?
Yeah, that is so awesome.
What you've been through. So I love, because when it's first starting, it's such a huge blow to like how you thought life was going to be.
Sure.
That it's such an encouragement to see someone who's on the other side of it. You know?
I'm thankful that you're definitely doing that, man. You could have gone, different routes, but you're definitely giving back.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude, Scott, I don't want to keep you too much longer, man. Thank you so much for sharing your story and telling us about it. And I don't know, do you have any other questions for Mr. Scotty?
No, I would think if anything, if we had more time, I'd be like, bring Holly on. But
that
would have been sweet.
Is she inconvenienced by it?
Not inconvenient. She is not she's camera shy.
Oh,
so she's not.
Me too.
Yeah.
She doesn't like that stuff.
If we do an episode again, we'll bring her on.
All good.
Sure.
All good.
Yeah.
Scott, thanks, man. And,
thank you guys for having me.
For anybody listening, definitely check out Sticks and Flakes. Check out what Scott's doing online. Give him a follow. Dude, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
All right, buddy. I'll let you go.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Let's go.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of Y'all Be Good. And as always, a reminder that we are a project of Little Lion Cuts. We hope you've enjoyed these stories just as much as we have enjoyed sharing them. Every family has a story, and we're just grateful that we get to hear yours too. If you've enjoyed today's episode and you think someone else might need to hear it, don't forget to share this podcast with them. And hey, while you're at it, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. That really does go a long way. You definitely don't want to miss out on any of the real, raw, and inspiring conversations we've got lined up. And we'd love to hear your stories too. So go ahead and find us on Instagram at Y'all Be Good Pod, or drop us a message with your thoughts. And until next time, y'all be good.